We have an unprecedented fiscal crisis with a structural deficit that is a staggering 9 figures, over $100 million.
When you have a structural problem, this is one that repeats year after year, and then many times, like in the city, grows and compounds on itself.
60 days ago, I stood outside on the steps of City Hall and took the oath of office to become Providence's 37th mayor. At the time, I told you that we were in the midst of a financial storm. So we may be a Category 3 hurricane. This is a Category 5. This is a lot worse than I thought. I certainly expected a deficit. I didn't expect one of this magnitude. Like any family or business in America, we simply cannot spend what we do not have, and politicians cannot promise what taxpayers cannot afford for us to deliver. We have a fiscal emergency in the city of Providence that demands immediate action to save our city from financial disaster.
The $110 million deficit is roughly about 35% of the total tax levy. That's a pretty severe deficit in relation to your levy.
Closing that number is a challenge, but the bigger challenge is really next year and making sure that we can balance our budget for the next fiscal year. I briefed the governor last night on these issues. Obviously, they are very concerned, but we are in daily communications with them. With respect to Moody's, we'll see what decisions they make in the future. We'll also be sitting down with Standard & Poor's and Fitch because it's our responsibility. And most importantly, I think they really want to know the extent of the problem and what you're going to do to solve it. They make decisions. I can't control the decisions they make, but I can control the amount of information they get, and they're getting every piece of information.
The other thing, too, is if the city paid 100% of the annual required contribution on the pensions and health care, that amounts to about 51% of the total tax levy. Again, an unsustainable deficit for both fiscal years and for the pension.
Pay cuts are not enough. Earlier today, 13 non-union positions in several departments were eliminated. This action will take effect immediately. I have asked every department director to submit a budget for next year that reflects at least a 10 to 15% reduction. These cuts will be deep and very painful, but we have no choice. I want to make clear this budget will not be balanced on the back of teachers alone. However, we must significantly reduce the Providence public school budget. These cuts will include closing several schools and a number of teacher dismissals. I have ordered an immediate freeze on all non-essential spending and hiring across city departments. Numerous unfilled positions will remain vacant, and I plan on eliminating them in my first budget. All hiring decisions must be approved by Director of Administration Michael D'Amico and Chief of Staff J.R. Pagliarini. I have ordered an immediate review of all contracts that the city currently has with third-party vendors. My administration has spoken with leaders of our city unions, teachers, police, fire, and laborers, and made it clear that we will all have to share in the sacrifice necessary to rebuild the city's financial foundation. I will seek additional assistance from our tax-exempt universities and hospitals. These organizations are invaluable resources to our community, but they too must share in the sacrifice we all must make to put Providence back on firm financial footing. We must reform our pension system in order to guarantee its sustainability while making it more affordable to our taxpayers. Our current system is not sustainable. We have a commitment to negotiate. We're negotiating. I'm not going to negotiate in public. No one is immune. Every city department has to be part of the solution, and my public safety commissioner is aware of that. I think the condition of the city is such that it changes the environment in terms of negotiation.
And we strongly believe that in addition to our findings, which you'll also see in the report, the city should take a deeper dive into all operations and probably could find even more savings. The city needs to continue to look for ways to operate faster, better, cheaper, and they need this for their long-term survival.
The condition that the city's in right now is really unprecedented. The challenges are real, and we have a tough road ahead.
And I'm going to open up our situation to all of our unions so that they know where we are and know that they need to be part of the solution. We all have a stake in this.